So I'm Linda Tvrdy. I am the founder of Daisy Debt, and in light of Claire's wonderful presentation, I'm kind of throwing out everything that I was going to say before I'm going to wait. What Daisy Debt does is we have an intervention that takes place a little earlier in the process of defending consumers from debt collectors. So what I'm just going to I'll show you what I built. And instead of talking about how it all works and everything, I'm just gonna kind of focus on what community lawyer has meant to me as my nonprofit. So I'm not a coder, not even close, and I'm not even a digital native. So this stuff is intimidating and difficult. I have a tech company. No one will let me, who cares about me or my company, will let me touch my GitHub repository. And so that makes it really hard for me to, iterate and develop new features and things like that. What my existing platform is a platform that helps financial coaches help consumers. And I wanted to figure out how to develop self-help tools in a consumer-facing application. I can't do that without an engineer sitting next to me. I now can. I've been dragging my feet on trying to be a lawyer for a while because I thought it was going to be really hard and not intuitive and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, but I finally decided that I needed to do it. And 10 days ago, I started reluctantly building this, and I'm going to show you what I have. Here we go. So this, what I've been able to do is just build this intake that allows me to do some user testing to see what will work helping consumers triage their own problem. Because one of the reasons that we pivoted early on toward helping the helpers, helping the financial coaches, is we found it's impossible for consumers to really understand what's the difference between a debt collector and an original creditor. It's really hard to. So we just worked with the people who were already making that triage decision. But we can help a lot more people if we can reach them directly. So I was able to experiment a little bit with this and then build the intake app that I can offer through our trusted partners, but they can offer them right to consumers. And also act as a funnel to bring consumers into the financial coaching process. And that's more detailed than I actually. Within a few days, I built this, and I cannot overstate how non-digital native I am. So the debt claim was on my credit report, and it's like so. These are reasons that you might want to send this letter. There's something that I wanted to get to in this process. So one of the things that's really important in user testing and developing self-help tools is making sure that the language is as efficient as possible, as accessible as possible. I can experiment with that I can experiment with that on my own. I don't need somebody who does my front end development. I can do this. So one of the things I left this kind of janky because I just kind of wanted to emphasize how easy it is to make these kind of these changes. So I've got what I did with this is there's just a lot of information about what are we going to do here? Trying to cram a lot of information into a page and not wanting to overwhelm the user. So one of the things that I can do, what kind of letter again, and then it's this kind of letter, and I can link to more information so you don't overwhelm the user. There's just a lot of different things that I can experiment with to see what works. I can make these changes myself. And it's also served as a real gateway drug, to borrow a phrase to Docassemble itself. So now that I feel confident with this, it's teaching me the logic. A couple of people I know described it as Scratch for lawyers, and it is teaching me the logic and how to build out the expert system so that I'm not as intimidated about going into the playground. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to do this weekend. I don't need to go through the rest of it. I mean, this is, I don't need to go through the whole thing. Just what we do is the end product is a letter, it's a demand letter under the FDCPA. Simple, but it's a simple, really effective tool, but really hard to know that that's what you need. And we're trying to figure out how to help consumers understand what that is. And I'm really excited to be working with the community because now I feel very empowered. Any questions or?
For clients or customers, however you call them, are you thinking that this would be something that your white label product you also give to those same debt counselors so that way they can say, hey, just use this, or are you going to try and market this directly to consumers yourselves without the debt counselors?
So a little bit of both. It's really important just for the mission that we work with trusted sources. So one of the plans is to we ask for an email address from the client and the consumer, but also to partner with the trusted sources so that we can send an email off to like one of the financial coaching organizations so that we close that loop. The consumer never has to, so going to see a financial coach is a heavy lift. Some research that I've done, some of the consumer feedback is like doing striptease in front of a stranger because they're sharing all of their financial information. It's really a heavy lift to go in and get this done. So the idea was like, this is a quick, easy intervention that introduces people to the reality that they have help and that they have rights. And that if we can hand off to a financial coaching organization, then if they need follow-up help, that's where they go. And they already have that. I mean, some of the things that I have on, going back, if you, think about this. Okay, so if you, with this, how the debt collector contacted you is actually relevant to the triage process. If I get an other, or if we get the other, it wasn't a call, wasn't an email, then it goes to, watch this. This is I don't remember. It's a YouTube video from the National Association of Consumer Advocates, and it goes through a whole thing about how to distinguish between a debt collection agency and an original creditor. I'll give you, so this is kind of like this is something that I just discovered in research, and that is that under the FDCPA, there's something the debt collection industry calls mini Miranda warning. So every time, the debt collector calls, they just protect themselves by giving you this mini Miranda warning to make sure that they don't commit an FDCPA violation with their phone call. So this is my triage. Did they say something like this when they spoke to you? And if the answer is yes, like that rings a bell, then you go right to the letter writing flow. And in sort of in keeping with what Claire was talking about, the sort of education process, this language is familiar to, if you've heard it once, it rings a bell if you see it again. I've been, I haven't done a lot of research on this, but it does ring a bell if you've heard it. And especially the debt collector has to say it every time they talk to you, and they have to put it in every communication, it starts to ring a bell. So my hypothesis is that by even for the people that don't remember hearing this language, it's planting the seed that there is something about that matters. So it's just like a process of giving people the information that is useful to them in the moment that it's useful to them. So if it's I don't know, then you go back to, I'm able to go back to like additional help to try to help people understand the difference. But what I'm hoping with with this little triage question is I'm going to catch a lot of the people who would otherwise, like it's just easy. Yeah, they said that to me, and it goes right into the flow, as opposed to having this upfront education process about what's the difference between a debt collector and a children. So anyway, that makes it possible to offer it directly to consumers and like kind of reverse the funnel rather than the financial coaches bringing in the world of people who want coaching and then we help some of those clients. We're gonna turn the funnel the other way, bring in everybody who's got these debt collection problems and funnel them to the financial coaches for issues. That was a really long answer, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get brief.
All right. All right, thank you very much.